Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Padel Echo Podcast. Thank you for following us so far and our journey. And we're really excited to give you guys some more quality podcasts with some awesome people from the community. So don't forget to like and subscribe. We have here with us today Angelos Dionysiou, player and coach. And if I may add, probably one of the smiliest players and coaches I've seen on the court and off the court. So you always bring such like a warm vibe, even when you're defeating your opponents with like your just smooth moves. But yeah, thanks for joining. Really
Thank
excited to
you.
have you on.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you
Uh,
for the compliments, first of all. It's a great idea and project you have here going on. So I'm looking forward to the podcast.
Hell yeah, thank you. So I always like to begin with a little bit of a story,
Yes,
and I want to get into my understanding. You started with tennis.
correct.
Yeah, it seems to be the trend among top players and coaches
Yes,
is you have like a racket sport background.
correct.
So,
So as a young kid, also because the background of my family was also in tennis,
mhm.
my grandfather used to play tennis a lot. My mother, my uncle as well. My mother include me as well in the sport. I started playing at around 8, 9 years, I believe,
Mhm.
at Field Club
Oh, nice.
here in the center of
Historic.
Nicosia.
Yeah.
So for around 3, 4 years, I believe I was in the area of tennis,
Mhm.
academy, some tournaments in Limassol, everywhere around Cyprus.
Mhm.
So, but it was fun. I
Nice.
enjoyed myself a lot, and
Do you still play with your dad and your uncle?
nah,
No. Okay.
stopped.
No, they stopped.
Just regularly, maybe once
Just
or
some rallies and
twice,
stuff.
yes, with friends. But now it's just paddle.
And then from tennis, you went into futsal.
So first, I was also playing football
Okay.
together with tennis.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
just at my school's academy, actually, GC school,
Mhm.
just for fun, combining also football and tennis with friends.
Mhm.
That was going good. We were having tournaments again, matches all over Cyprus. Uh, but at the age of 14, I believe, yes, the two coaches I had there at the Jesus School Academy
Mhm.
were also part of teams, of futsal teams.
Okay.
So they introduced me to the area of futsal,
Mhm.
and one of the coaches was the head coach of Omonia. The second coach was the head coach of Apoel.
So you were like recruited in a way, and you had to make a choice.
No, I wouldn't make a choice because the choice was obvious. My team is
Abuel.
Apoel.
Okay.
I'm a
Okay.
huge fan since a kid. So at the age of 14, I joined the team
Mhm.
just to start getting to know the sport a bit, indoor futsal, a new experience for me because I never tried it before.
Whole new world,
Yes,
basically. Yeah.
yes, different kind of sport. So I fell in love with that. I had a huge passion,
Mhm.
and I stopped tennis basically.
Entirely.
Yes,
Okay.
so it became serious.
It became your life,
Yes,
I
more or less,
guess.
yes, because it was every day.
I have to be honest with you. In my preparation for our podcast, I kind of stalked your Instagram. I saw that your team won. Abuel
Oof,
won some
yes,
like indoor
yes, yes,
futsal. Was it
yes.
one or more than that that you guys won?
Uh, the time I was there, I remember we won two championships and one cup, if I remember correctly. Yes,
Okay, that's really
and
impressive.
also European competition. So we participated
Hmm.
the one year I was there in summer in Champions League, let's say, but for futsal in Albania.
Nice.
But yes, I had some great memories from 15 until last year that I stopped, unfortunately,
You stopped to commit to paddle.
eh, to futsal. I mean,
Yeah, but you stopped.
yes,
Oh, whoops! You stopped futsal to commit to paddle.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
correct,
that's what I meant.
yes.
Um, I wanna know more about your futsal journey, but that's not why we're here.
Yes.
And I want to shift using like mentality in competition. Um, Obviously, you built a lot of mental resilience in your futsal competitions.
Yes.
How does that translate to your paddle experience now when you're competing, and like you're playing, you're at the advanced category,
Yes.
so there's a lot of competition, new players coming into the advanced category, having to adjust to new playing styles. How's that been like for you, and how did you kind of use your experiences from playing futsal competitively?
Futsal helped me for sure to develop also as a character,
Mm-hmm.
also as a person, and within the team, also as an individual, an athlete individual, and also how teamwork also works.
Mm.
So it was not easy to, you know, to be to have your coaches push you each day
Mm-hmm.
inside the trainings, outside the trainings. This built my
Mental,
mentality, my
yeah.
mental, yes, to be strong from a young age.
And also your teammates have expectations of you too, right? Because
Yes,
you guys are
yes,
training
yes, yes,
together,
yes.
so you got to perform.
Exactly.
And sometimes I feel, or I've found, there's been times where my teammate in a competition would be performing really well,
Hmm.
and then I might be feeling tired, or maybe I missed like two or
Yes.
three shots in a row, and then my mental starts going down, and I think to myself, like, he's putting in so much work, like, step it up a notch, come on, push yourself.
That's the secret. When you have to reset your mind,
Yeah.
even if you go down 2, 3, 4 points, that it's finished, and you go again for the next point. That's it.
I don't know if you saw, we had David Antolin on the
Yes.
podcast, and he told us, or he shared with us, that one way that he resets is he'll walk to like the glass,
Yes,
and he'll slide his
I
finger
remember
down.
him actually telling me this.
Yeah.
So I tried to find something similar. Maybe it was with the glass,
Mm.
something to do the same like him,
Mm-hmm.
because it actually you forget for a second, and then you reset your mind and go again.
Yeah, delete and just go.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
it can be so tough to get into that mode. Um, and speaking of competitions, you've participated in more than you could count at the moment, right? Within like how long? 2 years.
Yes, 2 years.
And then you
Two
like
years.
seriously committed since last year, basically.
Yes, more or less. I committed
Yeah.
fully to tournaments, but also to my coaching
And
job.
you enjoy do you enjoy the competitions as much as you did, let's say, like do you get any similar feelings like you did when you were playing futsal? Like do you feel like that level of competition or competitiveness is brought out from the person or from the sport itself?
I think it's, I don't know, two different
Mm-hmm.
sports,
Yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
But for futsal, I remember I had 10 times the passion more,
Okay.
I think. Also because we had fans supporting us. So I was thrilled to, even when I got out of the dressing room, that I need to give 1,000% for the team,
Mm-hmm.
for
And for
the
the
fans,
fans.
and for us to win the game. So I had so much passion for that. Unfortunately, I stopped playing.
Do you think
Uh,
that we could bring that in any way to the paddle competitions, like fans, let's say, or like
yes,
even teams?
fans maybe will be difficult because it's
Everyone's kind of cheering for everyone, yeah.
exactly. So it's a bit difficult to have fans
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to support
Maybe
certain.
after this podcast, you might have a few more
We can
fans.
have fans if the national teams
Yeah,
happen for Cyprus.
or
Everyone will
or if
root
clubs
for
make
us.
teams.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm interested also to know, um, you slowly did you slowly transition into coaching, or was that like a decision that just came up as you were playing?
To be honest, when I finished my studies from the UK, because I was 3 years in the UK, I came back, but I wasn't sure what I was going to
Mm-hmm.
do as a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ask my friends, family, they will say that I'm a guy that I'm I'm just for sports, let's say.
Sports science, yeah,
Yes,
like that.
just sports.
Is that what you
So
studied?
no, I
Okay,
studied business management, so
okay,
it was something in general. But
it's a good degree to have, but
yes,
yeah.
but as a person, I'm addicted to sports, let's
Mm-hmm.
say.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to find something to um, to have as
To
a
pursue,
job.
yeah.
Yes, to pursue with with sports, something that has had to do with sports. And I was fortunate enough that Padel started
Blew
to
up,
get
yeah.
started to getting big here in Cyprus. I started to get a bit more the sport, and eventually, slowly, the coaching, let's say, job came as an opportunity. So I said, why not?
Yeah, that's it's interesting to see how you like committed to your passion for
Yes.
sports. What is it about sports that like makes you just want to keep playing or keep being a part of them? I mean, many people are hobbyists of sports, let's say, but
Yes.
then it's different to like pursue a career or like start a career in that path.
Yes. I think because I started playing sports from a young age, I liked being in a team. I liked competing. So I had the passion from a young age. So I could see myself, I guess, also having a full-time job,
Yeah. Okay, fair.
something to do inside sports, let's say.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Let's go.
Okay, some of them, I don't know if they're gonna trip you up, but if they do, try and stick to one word if you can.
One word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's your favorite player to play alongside at local paddle tournaments?
So as a partner,
Yeah.
has to be Anna.
Anna. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. You watching? What's your favorite shot?
My favorite shot will be backhand drop shot.
Backhand drop shot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so clean. Okay. I thought you might have said rulo. But what's your
No.
weakest shot?
Weakest shot. Por tres.
Por tres.
Yes, I'm not fully comfortable yet.
Fair. I've seen you do a few.
A few, but
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
fully comfortable yet to do that shot.
That's totally fair. What's missing from the local competitive paddle scene? If you could say in one word.
One word. Young development.
Or youth and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the youth programs, tournaments for the youth, developing.
How
the
young are you
youth
saying? Because like
system.
we've had 15-year-old tennis players walk into
That's
tournaments and
amazing.
like clean up some intermediate brackets.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was part of that.
Amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't so amazing to be on the receiving end.
Imagine having another 10 pairs
Yeah,
of these young kids that are just 15 years old and have another 20 years to enjoy the sport and tournaments and everything.
in your opinion, what's the most effective shot for a left side player?
Effective shot for a left side player. Smash.
Any smash.
Any smash.
And then for a right side player?
Right side player. I like a Vibora on the
Clean
Vibora on the side.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'm still learning that. Hopefully I'll get there. And last one. If you could partner with any pro player, who would it be?
LeBron.
Okay. That could be considered a relatively hot take, I guess. Why LeBron?
I don't know, for some reason I like
Okay.
the way he's
He's got an awesome playing style.
Yes, playing style, the way he's playing, acting inside the game, his
Super
shots.
passionate,
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I could see that. All right, awesome. So, you're M3 certified coach.
Correct.
What was that like? And how did you decide to pursue that as well? I mean, not every coach that I know here is M3 certified.
Okay.
But how did that come about?
So it started because I'm part of the My Well Path family, that they have a collaboration with M3 Academy in Madrid. So they arranged for me to go for a small trip there for 3-4 days to have my coach certificate. So I traveled there to visit also some friends, but also do my coach certificate, which was actually a amazing experience, and I would definitely recommend for people that are looking to have the certificate
Coach
for
or
the
not,
CV.
just
Yes.
go there anyway.
Also, just the experience of you going there and seeing the facilities, the coaches, how they perform, how they, how their trainings are, how the establishments, everything is amazing. Was one of the most, for sure, insane experiences I had
Okay.
to learn um, all about the coaching.
Do you feel like um, the environment there was like very much supportive of like a passion for sports, or was it just like, yeah, you're gonna come, you're gonna learn some things about paddle and coaching and stuff, and that's it?
They were passionate, yes. They wanted to help me,
Mm-hmm.
understand everything from first to last point about the coaching certificate, let's
Mm-hmm.
say, because they want to. I'm sure they want to make sure that they are the best, and they want to teach you everything from first to last thing.
Just pass like all of their knowledge
All
and
of the
experience to
exactly
you.
all the information for you to have for when you move on.
What's what's like one of the things that you learned there that you don't think you would have learned otherwise?
Um, just how to structure, let's say, a 1 hour um, training
Mm-hmm.
lesson. How you have to divide, let's say,
The minutes.
the minutes to complete this hour. So
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes that you have to practice these shots, 20 minutes the next thing, for example, and the last 10, 15 minutes that has to be kind of a gameplay situation,
Mm-hmm.
let's say.
Like simulating a match in a
Exactly.
way.
So if you learn the first 40 minutes, for example, how you need to hit one vibora,
Mm-hmm.
that the last 20 minutes,
You apply it.
the exactly in a game situation. So you can start, for example, the the first ball from this exact technique,
Mm-hmm.
and then it continues into a game situation.
Mm-hmm. Is that like this?
Exactly.
Would you apply the same structure to someone who's training for the first time? Maybe not playing for the first time, but training for the first time. And then the same with someone who, let's say, knows what they want to improve.
Depends on the levels, because if they have a good level, let's say, um, and that they can exchange balls,
Mm-hmm.
so they are capable of doing that,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, you can do. But if someone is a beginner, let's say, and is new to the sport, you need to start slowly, by hand, maybe throwing balls until they get familiarized with the sport,
Mm-hmm.
and slowly, these game situation techniques, tactics, everything will come also for them.
How would you so there's constantly so many like newcomers coming into the sport,
Yes.
and they get on the court with like friends that have played, like they know how to play, and it could be two newcomers with two already established players, let's say.
Okay.
How would you recommend the established players kind of show like the very fresh newcomers to play, or to at least like feel comfortable hitting the ball in some way?
Okay.
That's tough.
It's tough, but I guess they have to go slow on them.
Hmm. Yeah, don't
Um,
smash, don't.
yes. So otherwise, there will be
No
no
exchanges, yeah.
exchange of balls, and just show the basic things. Nothing crazy.
Nothing fancy, yeah.
Exactly. Just simple things, so they understand what what they need to do in
Yeah,
order to
hold how to hold the racket.
exactly, in order to exchange at least some balls.
It's weird to me that like the natural way to grip the racket, even in
Yes.
tennis, is like a frying pan. Like the first time someone grabs a racket, they hold it like that.
Yes.
And it's like I don't understand why that's the natural kind of go-to, rather than like the handshake where the handle is like,
Yes, believe me, I've seen some weird
grips.
grips,
Yeah.
and it's the first thing, sorry, that I see
Hmm.
to the student.
To gauge maybe their level or something.
Yes, if I see they're holding the racket wrong, is the first thing I would, because I cannot see, for example. I cannot let the student
Start with a wrong grip.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because everything else after will go wrong.
Yeah. It starts with the grip, you would say, and then into the footwork.
Footwork, how they need to use their body, shoulders, everything.
You have a unique way. Like, maybe it's not the most unique, but I think it is. I haven't seen other people move their body in that way with the forehand. Like your elbow comes up and you rotate your shoulders, and it's so clean.
I need a video of this. I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
to rewatch.
maybe this weekend I'll get into
Limassol,
the yeah.
I'm excited for that as well.
Yeah.
Huge tournament.
Excited to compete.
Yes.
When was the last tournament that you competed in?
The Padel Park and Spazio.
Oh, that.
They
Yeah, the
combined.
combo.
Yes.
Yeah, how was that?
Not bad.
For you, I mean.
Went good.
Mm-hmm.
One final and one semi-final.
Okay, yeah, that's huge.
Yes.
You played
good.
mixed doubles?
No, I played advanced and masters.
Oh, you played in both?
Yes, so advanced with Anna and masters with Alex.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And you're gonna go into this weekend with Alex.
Alex in advanced and mixed doubles with Anna.
For those of you who don't know, Alex Lambru is also a player and coach, and we'll have him here for sure as well. And they're a badass pair. So if you're gonna tune in this weekend, make sure you give them a watch. But yeah, I'm excited to see you guys play. But back to the coaching side.
Yes.
I think one really important thing that you touched on before is the youth and getting them involved.
Yes.
Have you been coaching a lot of kids? Like, do you see a lot of them coming in to learn how to play?
I have been coaching some kids, but it's a bit on and off. It's not that they will come 2 times per week. Let's say have a schedule of what they will train.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing that I'm still missing to get better.
Mm-hmm.
To improve. This is the only point that I want to start to get improve at the my WellPad.
But
club.
also, like, generally in Cyprus, right? There's not a lot of kids coming in.
Maybe
do you think most of them are going to tennis? Still,
I don't know. Maybe because that's a casual thing to do, I guess, for the parents to put their kids in tennis. But I also suggest for them to think also Padel.
Yeah, it's a lower barrier of entry, right?
Exactly.
To get into it.
Yes.
It's easier to learn, I think.
If I've seen some kids, also the kids I am teaching at around 11, 12 years old, that they can have some potential. And it's good to include more kids in the sport because we can have a bright future for sure.
And like tournaments for kids too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be really interesting to see how that could develop because we already have a lot of like under 18s, under 16s tournaments for other sports, so it's possible.
Imagine going to a tournaments and we have advanced, intermediate, beginners, everything, but also have extra for
like
our kids,
yeah,
under 15s, under 17s, or whatever.
And you'd want to be coaching them, right?
For sure.
Would you be coaching at a competitive level too?
Competitive level as an advanced pair, let's say. I wouldn't mind, yes, but
or even for like kids. I mean,
kids, yes, for sure. Yeah. I love doing.
Yeah. The kids that you've coached so far.
Yes.
Have they come back? Have they shown an interest to continue playing, or was it just like a one-off thing that their parents were like, "Here, try this"? And
okay, I had some kids that were like 6 years old, for example, that is just for fun at that age. But I had also some kids aged 11, 12, around that area, that they come train alone, but I can see the potential. So they kept on coming, once or twice per week for sure. But the problem is that it was difficult for me to find, let's say, 2 times that can be good and easy for them to put them together, let's say.
Oh, like to schedule,
let's say,
yes,
at 2 times per week, let's say at 5, Tuesday, Thursday, for them to come together.
So what would help you to do that?
Sorry.
What would help you to do that?
Difficult because their parents have different plans, different activities for them. So with the kids I had, it was difficult to rearrange everything they had and put them together in a
Maybe if
lesson.
there was like a higher level of commitment to that, then like if it was like
Maybe.
like if we start establishing like more
Yes.
academies, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's my next target for sure to start promoting a bit more the classes for kids, so they come and I introduce them more to the sport and hopefully start having an academy at my wellpad.
Hopefully,
Yes.
this podcast will help you reach an audience
Hopefully.
to get the ball rolling. Then.
Let's see.
Yeah. So, speaking of, before we were talking about competitions and the local tournaments here, what about having international tournaments coming to Cyprus, like FIP, Silver?
Yes, that will be a huge, I would say, huge,
Achievement or
huge step.
huge step,
Huge
yeah.
step for the Padel community
Yeah.
and in Cyprus in general here to have an international event.
Yeah.
That it will happen here in Cyprus for sure, a huge thing. So I heard some news that there's gonna be some FIP tournaments here, hopefully as soon as possible, because it's a great idea to have something
Yeah.
in our country like this. So yes,
it'd be interesting to see if we could participate. Who would be representing? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you think, if you were to say like on the spot now, who do you think?
For Cyprus,
Yeah. For both men and women.
I will say Alex for sure,
Okay,
because he's my
okay.
partner.
Yeah.
Okay, Petros and Sergis for sure. Who else? Savas,
Okay, yeah.
yes. Yorgos, his partner as well. Sometimes they
Yeah.
play together.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, they're very strong
So,
teams.
yes. For women's, Lena, Stephanie, Giovanna, if she's able to, yes. Maria Shopaha, Mariana Tsakis too, for sure. These are some.
All from a tennis background too,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Women's, some of the women's that are good to represent our country for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see.
Yes. Will be very nice to have a team, men's and women's representing our country for sure.
That would definitely also boost the interest in the sport all around Cyprus. Like it would just grow the community so much.
Just by having an international event in your country should be a huge thing and should have a huge impact, I guess.
Yeah.
For Cyprus.
Yeah, I would hope so. I remember like the impact that, kind of different, but I remember the impact that Marcos Bagdatis had on the Cyprus tennis community when he competed back in like 2004, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, having a tournament here, I think would have a similar impact, and then you definitely see a lot of academies being,
for sure,
because the demand would just be so high for that. But until then, until April, there's 2 more tournaments. There's one this weekend, and then there's one the following, I think, in Larnaca, Padbox, I think.
Yes, after 2 weekends, I believe.
Yeah.
I think.
Are you playing in that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
Do you have any preference in terms of like tournaments?
I wouldn't say a preference, but a well-oriented, let's say, organized tournament is perfect for also the people to have fun. So let's say that there is some food for them, drinks. The area there is comfortable for them to enjoy the sport, watching the sport.
The schedule is like on time.
Exactly. So I think that's a perfect tournament.
No preference. It's just these standards, you want them to be met.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think every player does.
Exactly.
It's really tough to get that done though on all levels.
Yes.
Like have all of the things that a player might want, and be on time with the schedule, and be fair with the categories.
Yes.
like I know for sure there's a lot of people who are in B that could lose in C, and then
Yes.
there's obviously people in C that could go past the group stage, let's say in B, for many
Exactly.
tournaments. So wait, for those who don't know, C is like equivalent to beginner, and then B is equivalent to intermediate, and A is advanced, and then there's also the masters category now. Um, I would be technically in B, though I wouldn't mind catching a break in C, to be honest.
Yes.
And you've been in A and in masters, as you said before.
Correct.
So coming from, I would say, the majority of the player base in Cyprus, the category B, let's say. So there's been many times where across different tournaments, no shame or shade thrown at anyone, but there's been many times where like it's not on schedule and you're starting to get cold and
Yes.
like it's getting into your head like, oh my God, when are we going to play? You're getting impatient. You've experienced something like that as well, I imagine, because if I've been delayed, you've been delayed.
Yes.
How do you deal with that and just step back on the court just with a clean mind, ready to like put on your performance for your teammate?
For sure, because when you play one game, you have
Mhm.
some time to relax after,
Mhm.
and then get back again to the court. But this can be for 40 minutes. It can be up to like 1 hour or
Sometimes
something.
2 hours. It's
Exactly.
been, yeah.
So I guess the only thing is you cannot complain because it's no one's problem. I
Yeah,
mean, okay, is we can have some delays. Is I mean,
it's
there's not
natural. Yeah.
exactly there's nothing you can do about it. So I guess what I will do is just relax those 40 minutes, 1 hour I have until my second game, and by the time it comes for me to play again my
Hmm.
second game, 10 15 minutes before I start to get back to the
The hype. Yeah, yeah.
exactly that I have to warm up
Hmm.
and get ready to go for my second game so I can perform as well as my
Your
first
opponents
game
and your,
and
oh yeah, yeah,
everything. Yes.
yeah,
So I know it's a bit tricky because it's a bit on and off,
yeah,
and for sure players don't like that
yeah. Like I would prefer to have like I
altogether.
finish one match and
Yes.
then in 20 minutes the next one starts.
Okay, but
Because I mean it's just one set, right? It's like 3 sets of 8 games each.
yes,
I mean, sometimes even when you're playing a match through like Playtomic with some friends and you play for an hour and a half,
yes,
you'd play like more games than 24 sometimes, depending on
yes.
who you're playing with.
But I guess one solution that the clubs can cooperate with anyone who is doing a tournament is that because we have tournaments that are happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so it's just three
Hmm.
days,
Hmm.
and you can have up to I don't know 5 categories, let's say, or
Hmm.
something.
And it's costly. That's why usually it's just 3 days. But
Exactly,
also,
but let's say as a solution, like I said, the tournament can start from Wednesday.
hmm,
So I guess I know in Athens, for example, that we went in December to participate with Alex and some other players from here.
hmm,
The tournament started from Wednesday, I believe.
hmm.
So more slots, more hours, and
Was that like after work, let's say like 6 p.m. onwards, or was it throughout the day
for
too?
for Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, I believe it was after 4 or 5, let's say,
Okay.
that people finish their work and then they can come and play.
Hmm.
But still, you have some slots there.
Yeah.
Sometimes that some categories you can start the tournament. I mean, much more early.
Yeah. But then it's tough, let's say, if you were to start on Wednesday and
Yes,
then you have people from Limassol or Bafos coming to Nicosia
exactly.
or the other way around.
Yes.
It's tough to do that.
But okay, at least these people that are coming from other cities, that they can be arranged for them to play Friday, let's say, Saturday, I don't know. But the people that are in the city, let's say one tournament is happening in Nicosia,
Hmm.
the people are here in Nicosia to play Wednesday and Thursday since they are here,
Hmm.
and there's no need for them to travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You could arrange it
like
like
this,
that.
you are still starting the tournament, you the time you're
Yeah. You're
better
going to
in
be more
time.
flexible
Exactly, you are more
on the
flexible
weekend
for
too.
the time
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
and after there will be no delays as well.
Would you have any suggestions like, I mean, I don't know if you watch any of the intermediate category matches when you're at the tournaments,
Yes.
but if you have, do you have any suggestions to intermediate players? Like, maybe you see them, maybe you see a pattern across like the way they play. Maybe they're too aggressive, or maybe
Okay.
not aggressive enough.
Yes.
Um, or I don't know if you've had the privilege of seeing me play. No, I'm joking. But what kind of feedback or what kind of thoughts do you have on generally like intermediate players?
Intermediate players. Okay, I will say for sure to have a clear mind and a clear tactic of what you're trying to do within the game. So there's no need for you to rush in between
Mm-hmm.
the gameplay, let's say, and do easy mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? But
When you say rush in between gameplay, you mean like if it's like 1-0 or if it's 2-1, let's say, and you have like 2 minutes to take a break, use the 2 minutes. Don't just rush.
also that, but also inside the gameplay, I mean, not to rush with your shots.
Mm,
So
mm,
don't be greedy with some shots, because on intermediate level, let's say you do some shots, okay, the opponent team can make once or twice defense, but then the third time maybe it will be an easy ball for you to finish the ball more easy.
mm-hmm.
Take your time, I mean, be patient and don't rush things.
Yeah, I think it's more often than not that the collective we in intermediate,
Yes.
will try and hit like, if you're brought close to the net and you're on the left side, you'll try and go for like a cross court drop shot
Yes.
to the door, let's say,
But
and it's
something
like,
else will happen for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Net or maybe straight to the fence.
Yeah, exactly. So in that case, it's like try and play lob or just play like a safe shot to keep the ball in play and force your opponents to hit another shot, basically.
For me, I always say to my students that when you are this level, intermediate level, when you see your opponent out of position, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
because you are not beginners,
Mm-hmm.
you are intermediates. I mean, you can hit the ball, you can move the
Players,
opponent.
yeah.
Exactly. So let's say you have one opponent in the middle of the court
Mm-hmm.
because you moved him to the middle. Be ready
Play
for
the angle, yeah.
exactly. Be ready for the next ball to play him in the corner, because it's really something intermediates can do. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying don't rush with your shots, because these are shots that you can manage to do.
Yeah.
But this what you said, the point with the 2 minute break,
Mm-hmm.
very important.
Yeah.
People I see personal, because I like to watch also how the players are moving inside the court, how they are reacting inside the court. The 2 minute break is very important. And see some people, they finish the game
And
and
they just switch sides.
immediately switch sides.
Yeah.
Even if you're winning, even if you're losing, take a 1 minute, 2 minute break, reset again your mind. If you're down,
Drink some water.
drink some water, speak, let's say 1-2 minutes with your partner about the next game, and go again.
What kind of strategies what kind of strategies could intermediate players apply to a game? Like, there's sometimes when I'm commentating, I'm trying to read what the advanced players are trying to do with
Yeah.
a strategy, right? Maybe like lob over the left side player's shoulders,
Okay.
or play more chiquitas because that player has really strong smashes. Um, I felt like early on I experienced like the fridging tactic where you just focus on one player.
Yes.
I hate that so much. It's so
To be
annoying to
honest,
deal with.
fridging one player maybe will not be as a positive, sorry, let's say for your team, because if you fridge one player, maybe the other player will be ready for all the balls. So in that occasion, if you fridge one player, try to catch him out of
Catch him off guard.
yes,
Yeah.
when he's sleeping, for example.
Yeah.
Something
Catch him
like that.
snoozing. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying maybe will not be an advantage for you to just fridge a player.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, maybe you can play less balls, but will not be the best idea, I guess. So for intermediates, like, because you asked me what's the best
Or what is a tactic that
a tactic. I would say try from the first moment when you enter the
court.
court to identify something that the opponents are weak. Let's say you see if you serve on the backhand,
And like he struggles to
he struggles
return.
or he's using some weird technique or whatever. Play
on the back end.
Exactly on their weakness.
Okay,
Yes.
so take a moment to identify the weakness.
Exactly, but
and
from
just
the start,
from
because
okay.
if you identify these mistakes or these weaknesses, for after 20 minutes, let's say, maybe
It's a little too late.
a little too late.
Yeah,
You won't be able to catch up.
Yeah, you'll be like 5-2 down in the set, and you
Exactly.
just got to come back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm excited now. I'm excited to compete and to see you and Alex play. Also, to our friends at home watching this, we do have some friends behind the cameras. Alex is here supporting his teammate, which is really sweet. I mean, that's the thing. That's why we do what we do. We want the community to feel closer and
Yes.
to create a sense of belonging for people who
Exactly.
are as obsessed about sports as we are, and more specifically paddle. But yeah, I think I definitely should come and do a session with you, at least one.
Whenever you want.
Yeah, I definitely need some help on my bandeja.
Okay.
Maybe I could learn a thing or two about a backhand drop shot volley.
Oof. That's my favorite shot.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We learn from the best, don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that would be really cool. So that's it from me. But if you have any questions or if you have anything extra you want to share that you're excited about, I encourage you to share it.
Just two things, maybe one for the coaching. In case anyone is wondering to pursue and have a coaching certificate, let's say, what a schedule is looking like if you go to M3 Academy, let's say. So my schedule was, we were starting off at 8 a.m., I believe.
Did you get breakfast with the people there, or was it just up to
Yes,
you?
the facilities there have like a cafe for you to take something
Sandwich
to
or
eat,
something.
sandwich. Also for lunch they have. We start at 8 a.m. So I was together with the coach, looking at how the trainings were going for all ages. So I saw in the morning professionals train, and later in the afternoon, for example, I saw kids or older people come to have a lesson at the academy.
Okay.
So
That must have been nice.
I
Different
saw,
environment.
yes, I saw the different types of exercises and how the coaches are very well organized all together on how they will use each court, let's say, with different exercises for the kids, and what each court, let's say, because they were using 3 courts, for example, in one court we do points, they said.
Okay.
And in the middle court we do the 2 players will just hit volleys, and the other guy on the other side will just defend. And on the third court they will do something else, for example. So how they approach everything there as an academy is truly amazing. So yes, the schedule was starting, as I said, watching trainings. They let me also as a player to also have a session, let's say, and do all these exercises. Then I had some free time to get some lunch and get back again around 3, 4 in the afternoon after lunch for the people that are coming after school or after work or whatever to have their lesson until 6, 7 for sure at night. I was there.
Oh, okay.
Seeing,
Full day.
yes.
Yeah.
Also had one-on-one with one of the coaches there.
Cool.
Doing also the theory parts.
Okay.
How can I approach, let's say, how can I start with one beginner, let's say. If I have this situation, let's say that one beginner is coming and I need to start off by hand, how do you approach the student? He did a weird, let's say, method, because he told me, okay, you are a right-hand side player, you are strong with your right hand, but I will make you feel that you are a beginner now. So
so you play with your left.
he said to me, remove the band from the right hand and put it in your left, just so you feel that you are starting your
Again.
first steps, let's say, as a beginner.
That's pretty cool.
So he started slowly, slowly telling me, okay, hit the ball with your left hand, bring the ball back to me, and different exercises that you need to start.
That's so
as a
smart,
beginner.
actually. Yeah, simulating the beginner
Exactly.
level. Yeah.
So he made me feel as a beginner, let's say, just so I can understand from his perspective of view how he approached me as a beginner.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank you very
for
much
making
for
the
having
time
me.
to join us.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And
good luck at the tournament
thank
this
you very
weekend.
much. Same for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopefully you win.
I hope the same for myself and for you. Yeah. And good luck with building and moving towards the trajectory of an academy.
Yes.
I'm really confident that you can get there. Like I said, you're one of the smiliest and warmest
Thank you.
people on and off the court, so you definitely bring that welcoming vibe. And yeah, I hope, and some time from now we can have you back and we can reflect on
For sure.
the developments of the community and the
Anytime.
tournaments and
I
stuff.
love doing things like that because it's for the best. Also for you, it's a great. As I said at the start, it's a great idea and great project you have here. So I wish you the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very
And
much.
don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue giving you guys this kind of content with these awesome people and members from our community. There's a lot more to come, so stay tuned.